Assalamu alaikum and welcome to today's science lesson. Today we are studying Unit 3, Lesson 2, which is floods. So I need you guys to go and grab your book, Unit 3, and let's get started. By the end of this lesson, you're gonna be able to say, I can identify new vocabulary like floods, and I can recognize the effects of floods. I need you to go and watch this video. It's very important for you to understand what is floods. So please go and watch it. You can find a link in the description under this video, or you can copy and paste the link from your PowerPoint and paste it into your browser. When you finish, come back to the lesson. Alright, I need you to please open page 38 from your Inspire Science book, Unit 3. I need you to write the date on top of the page. What is it today, guys? Do you remember? I said it in the English class. Today is Sunday, June 7, 2020. Alright, read along with me. Floods. Another event that causes quick changes is a flood. A flood can happen when a lot of rain falls quickly. The rain cannot soak into the ground. Water from a flood can wear away rocks and soil. Floods make it hard for plants and animals to live. So a flood, it is one of the quick changes of landscapes. So if a flood happens, it's going to change the landscape. Look at the picture. What do you see? Look at it for some time. And keep in your mind what you see. Now, let's discuss the picture together. I see some houses, but I cannot see the whole house. I can't see the whole tree. It is covered with water. So there is a lot of water when it is supposed to be dry land. So what happens here? What happened in this picture? It's a flood. It usually happens when a lot of rain falls quickly. So the ground cannot soak all the water in. So then it forms a flood. The water from a flood can wear away rocks. That means it carries rocks with it, or soil, or other objects. Floods make it hard for plants and animals to live, even for us. So plants cannot survive in a flood, as well as animals or humans like us. There will be also a lot of destruction if a flood happens. Now let's see. Think, what effect might a flood have on a farm? Imagine that this is a farm, and surrounded, usually in a farm, there are a lot of what? Think. A farm has a lot of trees, fruits, vegetables, animals, cows, sheep, chicken. So what would happen if a flood happens on a farm? Think. I'll give you a few seconds to think. Pause the video, write any answer that comes to your mind, and then continue with the video to check the answers. Okay, so again, what effect might a flood have on a farm? This is a sample answer. A flood would make it hard for plants to grow. Yes, so imagine that this farm was full of plants, tomato for example, or cucumbers. What would happen to them? You think they would survive under this much water? No, they wouldn't. Another answer could be, it would be hard for animals to live in a farm, or the animals would die, right? They might sorry, they might have drawn from the flood. So there are different answers that you could have given as an effect of a flood over a farm. Okay, now here, look at this picture. Write a caption for the photo below. A caption is a description for a picture. So what description can you give to this picture? Again, pause the video, think of something that you can use to describe this picture, and write it down. So here, as a sample, I can help you with this one. A flood happens quickly and can cause damage to homes. See, so these houses were damaged because of the flood. If these people see here, I can see here, maybe this was a playground. It also got destroyed from the flood. The trees. So many damage would happen from a flood. Let's review. Now, a flood happens when water covers land that is usually dry. A flash flood is a term we use to describe a flood that happens very quickly in low-lying land, and it's usually caused by very heavy rains. If you'll ever be in a flood, search for safety and run to a high ground. Now see, what is the main cause of a flood? Rain, very heavy rain. When there is a lot of rain, a flood might happen. What happens in a flood? Look at this picture. The houses got flooded. That means a lot of water. The water just rised up and covered half of the houses. It also carries other elements or rocks and soil with, the water carries it, and it's dangerous as well. Also, it can carry cars away from their place, and it's not possible to drive also when there is a flood. So here is a real picture of a flood. Although this flood is not so high, it is not safe to drive while there is a flood, because the water might rise up suddenly, and if you are in a car, then you will be trapped. So the best thing to do is search for safety and run to a higher ground. We have reached to the task options. We have 2 tasks in the following slides. You can choose to do task number 1 or task number 2. Okay, in task number 1, complete the following minimap by putting some words in each box. Okay, so what you need to fill in is the definition in this box, definition of flood, dangers of flood, and safety of floods. You can go back on the video and check. You can find your answers there. If you know them right now, just write them down. If you have doubts, go back, or you can go to your PowerPoint and find your answers. Once you are done, continue with the lesson to check your answers. Alright, so here we go. Flood. The definition of flood, what is it? When water covers land that is usually dry. This is the definition of flood. What are the dangers of flood? Water can carry rocks and soil and destroy land and or animals. And what to do for safety? Search for safety and run to a higher ground. For task number 2, complete the definition of flood. 2 words are missing. So I'm going to read this for you. You will complete it on your own, and when you're ready, continue with the lesson. But first, listen up. It says, a flood is one of the changes to Earth's landscapes. It can happen when a lot of falls quickly. Okay, guys, so answer and then continue with the lesson. Here we go. A flood is one of the quick changes to Earth's landscapes. It can happen when a lot of rain falls quickly. So, guys, what do you know about floods? Thank you so much for today's lesson, and bye bye.